we've had small mining farms come to us and give us their miners, and we've started their operating back end, essentially becoming their farm.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's the direction we want to go in. We want to get people who want to open portfolios up, build up their rigs, and have us manage
So
them.
you're providing basically a hosted service where we own our ASICs, but you're actually provisioning them, hosting them up for people. And whereas some of your bigger competitors like Bitmain are just running it independently, you're literally running it as like a hosted service on behalf of others, like a cloud-based provisioning service.
Yeah, I wouldn't even compare us to Bitmain. I would compare us to a lot of the mining ICOs that created
or
coins.
Gemini maybe.
Yeah, and Gemini, I would say more like for example, look at Genesis Mining.
Genesis Mining, right.
Miner One is an ICO. Even IceRock, where that I know very well. These are the mining farms, but their problem, a lot of them have problems. The cloud mining problem has a problem of cost. It's so expensive, it never really works out. The mining ICOs have these tokens, and you got to own the token to be able to access your miner and your BTC, and you don't know how much terahash you're getting for the tokens you're buying.
Right.
And they have to
too much
manage
variability being put into the mix. I mean, nobody wants to have a token to have a Bitcoin to have a dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with us, the client buys the miner, they own it, we are managing it. We have a dashboard where they go online, they can see it working live.
I'll say one thing, Amir, you're very, very good at pitching yourself and your services as well as telling all of us about how mining works. And I love that about you because you've got so much passion and enthusiasm about the mining industry. It's great.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's a reason for that. And the reason was, I was involved in PR for IceRock Mining over a year ago. I resigned. Crypto Rich did a few videos on that. And here's what I did. When I left, and there were a lot of things I just didn't like, but one of the things I said to myself is, the next time I get involved in mining, it's going to be something that, it's my baby. I can make these important decisions. And all I did was take all the things I knew investors would want and create that, because I know I would want that. Yeah. So that's essentially what this is about. That's what the whole community is built on.
Can you go into a little more detail about kind of the best practices for people to look out for? So if a listener wants to get involved in mining, what are good practices they should be looking for in companies, whether it's yours or another practice, so they won't get scammed?
Okay, so it's so simple. If you're looking at a mining ICO, then you got to find out, okay, how are they valuing their token? What are you getting when you buy their token? And that means, how much terahash are you getting? How much mining power are you getting? That's number one. That's the number one gray area where people get lost in, so to speak. The other thing is, what percentage of the profit is the mining farm going to distribute? So that's another question of how they're using the funds, because when you buy tokens, they're ultimately getting Bitcoin. They're getting money. You're getting tokens. So you want to know what are they doing with that. And this is that's not something that is very easily accessible, so those two things alone are pretty major things.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then, are they showing you their power cost? And I don't mean just telling you what their power cost is. I mean, when they make the distribution at the end of the month, they need to show you what the profitability was, what the power cost was, so that you can calculate for yourself, oh yeah, it makes sense because this is how many watts each S9 miner uses per month, and this is how much it should cost. if it's 6 cents, 5 cents, whatever the power cost their advertising is. So
Right.
people need to be able to get that information.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
information is really hard to come by unless you just search on the individual ASICs themselves, and you'll find all sorts of great technical articles that go into it. But trying to find it something that's like for just the general layman who wants to dabble but doesn't want to get in, it's so hard to find this kind of information, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's why, you're asking
That's why
somebody
you're
who
in
knows
business.
what you would be looking out for. And I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
if the mining farm does not post it for you or advertise it, that's a problem. And that's why our whole marketing kind of gig is that we accentuate our transparency. We highlight our transparency so that people can understand why it's important that we're doing whatever it is we're doing.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just sort of like taking it all in because there's so much interesting information you're sharing here with us, and I'm trying to. So I guess the next thing to really ask is how does somebody like, so for example, you're running an online, effectively cloud-based service. How does someone get started? Like if we decided here with the Coin Chat, we want to do this and show it to our subscribers and our listeners and let them participate. How would we do that?
So, I think we will do this, but essentially we're updating we just updated our back-end admin panel where people can purchase. Now we're updating our site and our front end and the marketing side. But to answer your question, you can purchase a miner and have it run online within 4 weeks. So depending on where in the month you order, because we usually have one batch every month. We just closed out our alpha miner batch, which is something we did 2 months ago, where we allowed our existing investors to purchase pre-owned miners, which we call the alpha miners, because all these miners that went out and stopped mining, they sold their rigs at really cheap prices. So we were able to enter the secondary market. Yeah, so we entered the secondary market. We bought a lot of miners, hundreds, and we were able to lower our cost per terahash for our investors by 40 to 50%. Okay.
Wow.
And that's to give you an idea of why we've grown over 200% in just 2 months, because we were able to go to our existing clients and say, your cost per terahash can get cut in half now. And we did it at like no margin, hardly any margin for Elevate, specifically so that our investor base could do that. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. And we're going to still offer, terahash at very good prices. But that was just like one example of like what we did.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we'll be able to show your readership how to do it. You log in. We only accept Bitcoin, so you do have to buy Bitcoin, but that's easy. We can even help the client.
I think most people probably that are listening and watching our show probably know how, and if they don't, then of course they can always drop us a note down in the description below here, or they can email us at the coinchatpodcast@gmail.com. And we'll be very happy to help anybody that's listening or watching that wants to get a little bit of a how to get started, quick, tips and pointers. Although we've covered this in previous episodes, but if they want to get some Bitcoin and get started in mining, we'll certainly help them on that one. No problem there.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's all we put the serial number of the miner into the awesome miner dashboard. You see your miner running. You see the terahash. You see the profitability. And we're making some upgrades pretty soon about how we handle wallets and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. I think people will really appreciate it.
And you go ahead.
I would say, Amir, if people want to see more about your company, what is your website address, or where can they go online to find it?
Sure. So you guys have a link, I think, there. They can click on that. It's elevategroup.io. And our Telegram group, which is very, active, and we don't grow, we grow organically, so it's all real there, all real people, and that's Elevate Group on Telegram. So
very cool.
Either one of those is a good start.
Well, for an opening episode on mining, I think this has been great. And I think, Yuri, I think you and I have been talking about it and offline with Amir. So, Amir, we're going to take you up on that little offer to run an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody who's listening and watching in on this, Yuri and I are going to go for it. So with Amir's help, we're going to follow up on some future episodes where we're going to go through the process and show people what online cloud-based mining is like. In no way are we specifically promoting the Elevate group. I need to say that because, of course, we're not here to sponsor or promote anything. But it's an opportunity for us to show people how mining works and how it works online. And Amir has graciously agreed to sponsor us to do that. So we're going to make this a very interactive set of mining episodes. And, Amir, do you have anything else you'd like to close with before we close out the episode today?
No, I'm looking forward to the progression of the 3 episodes. I think you guys and the
3 or
readers
more.
will.
I mean, I stop at 3.
You'll get into mining when you're done with it.
Well, I have done mining on the GPUs before, so it's something we've talked about, and we've talked and told people about how to set up mining rigs in the GPU world. But of course, mining has moved into so many directions between the big miners with all their stuff, all the online mining that you can do by just renting hash power. There's GPU, there's CPU, there's mobile, and proof of stake, masternodes, and all the other proof of whatevers that we can barely understand. I've even seen a new one today called proof of revenue, which we're talking about using for the exchanges to prove that you have a proof of funds or something like this. So interesting times ahead. But we're looking forward to working with you and having you as a regular on here to talk about what's happening in the States and the state of mining, the world of mining, and what's changing, progressing. Thanks, everybody, for listening in today to the Coin Chat with Yuri Cataldo and our newest pseudo-member of the team, Amir Ness, who's going to guide us through the world of mining. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe on the way out. We're going to be coming back with lots more on mining. It's a hot topic. It never goes away. And until next time, to the moon, have a great one. Thank you for joining us today on The Coin Chat. Join us on Telegram on t.me/thecoinchat, where we discuss a range of topics on cryptocurrency. And visit us on patreon.com/thecoinchat for show notes, outtakes, and previews of additional content. Or follow us on our website, which is www.thecoinchat.net. And remember to like and subscribe to us on your way out. To the moon, until next time.